Death Star, man.
Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
With all the news the past couple weeks, we're just kind of sitting back and wondering when Star Wars is going to hit Facebook Marketplace. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe, and of course with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good, Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You looking to buy?
I mean, it's probably going to go cheap.
Right.
I mean, you know, with cancellations and you know, just other things, but you just kind of wonder how long Disney's going to hold on to all these properties, because I mean, it ain't going well.
Here's the thing, in my opinion. If Disney decides to do less or nothing with something like Lucasfilm and Star Wars, I think they just shutter it. And they don't sell. They just lock it away. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you just shutter it for a while until the value grows, and then you sell it.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Because I mean, them just stop doing anything with it would probably increase the value.
It might. I mean, they're good at that, right? They're masters of the Disney vault, right?
The vault.
Little Mermaid.
The vault.
Going back into the vault. Buy it now.
Well, I mean, that industry's been destroyed.
For sure.
I mean, like, you're going to put digital stuff in the vault? That's just dumb.
Yeah.
But, I mean, part of this news comes from, well, the final numbers are in for Indiana Jones.
Right.
And what was it called? The Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny, yeah. Which, I gotta say, you know, we did a show on this, and overall, I think we both enjoyed this one.
No, it was a decent film. It was not as bad as it's getting thrashed, right?
Well, I gotta be honest, from this article here, it's really not getting trashed that bad.
Well, I mean, not anymore. It did at first.
Okay, so, yeah. Because I'll jump right to that. It's got a 70% score on Rotten Tomatoes for critics and 88% for audience. So, it's not that bad, you know?
No, it's not bad.
The problem lies in, let's see, the financial filings reveal that $79 million was spent on post-production work. Okay. And that brings the total budget to $387.2 million.
Okay.
So that's what it costs to make the movie. Let's see. Data from the industry analyst Box Office Mojo shows the Dial of Destiny grossed $384 million. That is 49% of the takings of its prequel, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, in 2008. So,
which, I mean, that film hurt this one more than
it might.
This one does.
Yeah, it might have. But, you know, those, we see, I guess I'm still, that they must not be counting in the article here just where the rest of it is gone, because That's only showing like 3.2 million loss, but I'm assuming the rest is all in marketing, which could be the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be marketing, distribution, all that stuff.
Yep.
You know, that's not in the production budget.
Right. So
79 million in post-production.
yeah. Now, there was a lot of de-aging work that was done. You know, we did compliment that whole first portion of the movie. I mean, it was decent.
Oh, I mean, they're getting really good at that.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is apparently the price tag, it comes with like a $79 million price tag.
Exactly.
So good luck making money.
That's the problem. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I love the fact that they're able to do this sort of thing, but man, if having like a team of people sitting at computers doing post production is going to cost that kind of money, maybe you need to get some, like, you know, I know not for Indiana Jones, but it's like practical effects, right? Real car chases, you know, set up explosions, things like that, film it. You know, apparently that was cheaper. I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty bad when now it's like, it would be cheaper to just blow a car up.
Right. That's pretty much it.
It's like, yeah, but it wouldn't look as good. Wait, what?
Yeah, I know.
The real thing wouldn't look as good? I don't know. Maybe they could offset some of them costs with AI. Oh, wait, they lost that too, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. You know, the budgets for these movies is insane anymore. You know?
Well, I mean, I guess the worst part of it is it still shows the global cooling on going to the theater.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's just never recovered.
No. And I don't know if they're reluctant. You know, we talked about it, right? Going to the theater is going to become a more of an event, right? Where
Right.
You're going to spend some money. You're going to go, you know, have a higher end experience and spend more money and watch a movie. And, you know, I don't know that they're even thinking about that, you know, yet. They got to do something. If there's going to be less people buying tickets, you got to do something to make it up. Otherwise, the theaters aren't going to make it, you know?
Well, I mean, theaters are doing a good job of like adjusting for this. So you can give the theaters credit. The problem is people aren't going out to see new stuff.
Right.
But they're making it out to the theater to see Beetlejuice again, right? Like,
Right, yeah, there is that going on, that's for sure.
and we'll see how Beetlejuice 2 does. But like the first one will do fine. Nightmare Before Christmas at Christmas time does fine. You know, like stuff like that.
Yep.
These are the things that are killing it right now. People
Yeah.
are going to see movies that they've seen over and over again. But the problem is there's not enough good movies coming out.
That is part of the problem.
You're going to the theater to be disappointed.
Yep.
Because there's just no effort going into some of these things.
Right.
And you're seeing more effort and more story and thought and things like that going into the Netflix originals.
Yeah.
Why go to the theater when the better shit's at home?
That is true. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like something's got to change because, you know, in general, these things have been on this kind of downward trajectory, and it's like, I don't know, something's got to change.
I mean, it is crazy because, you know, there are definitely times where I go by the local theater and stuff, and it's slammed.
Yeah.
You know, but then box offices for these movies come out, and it's just not.
Well, that's what I'm wondering about. Like, Indiana Jones, it's a staple franchise, right? Similar to Star Wars. You would get people going to see that movie several times over. And that just isn't happening, you know? That's part of the problem, I guess. Maybe call it economy, whatever, inflation. I don't know. You know, instead of maybe going to see something 2 or 3 times, people are just going to see it once because they know 3 months down the road or less, they'll be able to watch it at home, you know?
Right. There's that.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, while I thought Indiana Jones was good and it was a fun movie, I didn't rush to watch it again.
Right. I'm with you there.
Well, I mean, we were talking about it for show, so I watched it twice, but I didn't go, wow, I really want to watch that again.
Right.
I watched it again because we were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not a movie that, especially in theaters, I wouldn't have been like, man, I got to go back to the theaters and see that again.
Exactly.
Because I don't feel like it was, I don't know, it wasn't the spectacle that these movies used to be.
Exactly. Spectacle's the right word.
And, you know, that's one thing we got to realize with, like, Star Wars and stuff, too. At the time when you're watching the originals in theaters, or, you know, and later on the prequels, you were going and you were seeing a spectacle because these were groundbreaking things. These were things that were never done in cinema.
Right.
So there's that draws you back because it's like, wow, did I just see what I saw? Like, yeah,
I mean,
the story helps too.
I was gonna say, you know me, it's all about story. It's story. Which,
I mean, that happened for me with The Last Jedi, but it was the wrong reasons. It's like, I got to go back. Did I see what I just saw? Yeah. No, that was different.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I guess when I sit back and think about it, how many times did I see The Rise of Skywalker in theaters? The answer is once.
Really?
Yep. I only saw that one once in theaters.
I'm trying to remember. I might have seen it twice. I don't recall.
Once with the family and once with Hunter or something like that?
Something like that, maybe. Yeah. Hunter usually goes the whole family, though. It's so.
Oh, okay. So
sure.
Yeah.
It might have been, you know, usually it's like, you know, a big family event, then, you know, the wife and I will go. But,
You went back like, nah, it didn't suck that bad.
Yeah, I know. Like, well, yeah.
Yep. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It was $15 well wasted.
Yep. Hey.
So, yeah, I mean, you're right on with that. The repeat viewings of movies is gone by the wayside.
Right. And for some of these, I think they were counting on it. You know, something like an Indiana Jones, in order to make up all that production cost, you know, you kind of have to have that repeat viewing. You know?
Right.
I think there are a lot of factors at play here because, we've actually mentioned a few. There's things are tight for people, right? And there's the fact that everyone who is going to go to the theaters to see it knows they're going to be able to see it at home soon, and just the whole ever since COVID, it's like people have figured out other stuff to do. I guess it's like,
well,
I
not
don't know
only that,
how else to put it.
not only that, but like, and at the risk of pissing people off.
Oh,
but there is definitely a group of people that ever since COVID, dude, other people are scary to them.
oh yeah, being around other people and all that. Yeah,
Yep. You still to this day see people who don't go out without a mask now.
sure. Yeah, and that was not a thing. prior
That
to
was
COVID.
never a thing. There was the occasional person that you would see that was wearing a mask.
Yeah, but that would be a sick person who was trying to be kind to others.
Sick person or like Chinese, right?
Sure.
Because that culturally was a thing over there. But there's a billion people.
Yeah, a billion people and tons of smog. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
so that's just habit, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah. I don't
but
know.
like they made other people so scary that like going and sitting in a room with people and watching a movie together is just not on these person's to-do list anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, tons of factors.
Well,
But hey, at least something with the Star Wars and Lucasfilm affiliation is getting an award.
oh, that's right. Yes. So, George Lucas is going to be honored at the Cannes Film Festival with the, what's it called? Pardon my French because I can't speak it. Palme d'Or, Palme d'Or, whatever. I don't know. It's an honorary award that George Lucas is going to be getting basically at the closing ceremonies of Cannes this year. So on the 25th of May, as I understand it. So,
That is a statement that I always love.
what's that?
An honorary award.
Yeah,
No shit.
I know.
It's kind of the point of an award, is to honor an achievement. They're all honorary.
Well, this one's because this one isn't for any one thing in particular, right? It's director, screenwriter, producer, George Lucas. It's not, hey, you made this one great movie, good job. No, it's for everything you've done for the industry, I guess.
Oh, they used to call that like a lifetime achievement award or
Right,
something
well,
like that.
Do you know what Palme d'Or means? I don't.
Probably lifetime achievement.
Could be. Right.
But they've already given him like 17 of those, so they're like, what do we call it now? Oh, just say it in French.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's kind of, kind of how it works. Now, this isn't like the first good thing he's had at Cannes, because George Lucas's debut in film industry was marked by his close collaboration with Francis Ford Coppola, who helped him produce THX 1138, adapted from an experimental short film. Let's see. Very future Lucas stage themes. Okay. Oh, I thought it got something at Cannes. Anyway, I don't know.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah,
If he hasn't, man, this has been long overdue.
Yeah, this is George talking, right? The festival, de Cannes, has always held a special place in my heart. I was surprised and elated when my first film, THX 1138, was selected to be shown in a new program for first-time directors called the Directors Fortnight. Since then, I've returned to the festival on many occasions in a variety of capacities as a writer, director, and producer. I am truly honored by this special recognition, which means a great deal to me. So, you know, I mean, good for George. You know, he's you know, chilling at this point in his life, just sitting back accepting the hardware. So, good for George.
Yep.
And don't forget all that Disney stock.
Right. Yeah. Well, at least that worked out the way you wanted, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think their stock went up with that.
No. I'm just saying. It's like, you know, he's got the stock. You know.
I do notice that they waited to do the final earnings report on Indiana Jones until after the vote.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
There's probably a couple people that voted are like, son of a bitch.
Right. Had we only known that, we'd have voted for Mark Hamill.
Oh, God. All right. Got a trailer.
Yes.
Got a trailer for what is it? Star Wars Outlaw? What was it called?
Outlaws. Yes.
Outlaws. There's only one of them, though.
Well, I don't know. It's like Criminal Underground, right? So there's lots of them. You're only playing one of them as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Outlaws, but you're playing one outlaw.
Right.
I really thought it was going to be, you know, back when this game was announced and they were starting to show stuff for it. And it turns out that we did see the main character in that like gameplay footage that was shown a while back.
Right.
We just didn't know that was the one playable character.
Right.
I would assume you call it Outlaws. You're taking on, it was kind of poised as take on your journey through Star Wars Underworld, stuff like that, right? I would have thought it would have been like a customizable character.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, something that, you know, you could take your own journey through the Underworld. But no, this is a very Jedi Fallen Order type of storyline, right?
Yep.
Even though you got more of an open world setting. Which I guess the second Fallen Order had more of an open world kind of deal, right?
Sure.
Not quite open. I haven't played it yet. That's
me
the
neither.
problem.
That's the problem. I've not either. But this definitely has that type of feel for sure.
Yeah, and this one I gotta say, I'm very disappointed that they're not going the route I thought it was going. You know, they said open world. I was thinking character customization. You know, like, you know, kind of like the way Ubisoft's kind of done, like the Division and stuff like that.
Okay.
Where those are a little more kind of MMO-like, but not MMOs.
Right.
I didn't expect this to be that. I expected it to be single-player, open world, but with character customization, because it's got a name like Outlaws.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, plural. It's just one.
Yeah.
We knew there were a bunch anyway. We didn't have
true.
to call it that.
That is true.
We already knew. There were other ones.
We do get to see the Pikes, though. We get to see Jabba, you know. This is clearly taking place between episodes 5 and 6. Because we get to see Han Solo as a piece of wall art.
Yeah, popsicle.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. In some ways, I'm kind of like, and believe me, I've not gotten into all of it, but they have comics about what went on between episodes 5 and 6. Now we got this game. It's like, between our movies, apparently, the galaxy's just in chaos. I don't know. There's so much ancillary stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that it's a good or a bad thing. It's just,
well, I mean, it's a big galaxy, right?
Yeah, it is, but man, I was always under the impression that the Empire had kind of like an iron fist, and the people were not getting away with a whole lot. Well, apparently that's not the case. There's a whole lot going on.
Well, I mean, a regime like the Empire, though, would really fuel the whole smuggler thing.
Sure.
There would be tons of smugglers.
Sure. I
don't know if during the height of an empire is the time to, want to be a newbie at the business.
True.
Because you're between 5 and 6 here. The Empire's well established.
Right.
This is not the fledgling days and stuff where, they're trying to establish their grasp. They don't quite have it yet.
Exactly.
I guess you could make the case that this is the Empire stretched a little thin.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I understand that there's a timeline and you got to like fit stuff in, but it's like, man, they sure do just want to show us all the stuff that's going on in between our staple films. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Here's your new character. And their adorable pet.
Oh, yes. Yes, the walking around axolotl thing, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, that fetches guns for you.
Excellent. I mean, this is Star Wars games now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In Fallen Order is the droid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gotta have the cute little pet now.
Yeah. It's almost formulaic.
Yeah. The problem is they see it work in one or two places and it's got to be in everything.
Everything. Exactly.
So I guess it's the same way they're doing movies now, right? Wow, we're really struggling at the box office. Quick. What 30-year-old movie can we find to remake?
Exactly. Yeah. What did everybody love 30 years ago? Okay, let's do that again. Let's call it something different, though.
Or hey, let's do one of the animated ones, but in live action.
Right.
Yeah, do live action. That's a neat trick.
A neat trick. Yeah.
Good trick. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. There's nothing here that really like wow, I really want to play this game.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I'll wait to see some more. Good thing about nowadays is there's streamers too, right? So yeah, I'm sure there'll be some streamers that are going to take this up right out the gate. I'll get to see some gameplay.
Yep.
Watch a little bit without spoiling myself. and see if it's something I want to pick up. Normally I'd be jumping at this kind of game, but like, I don't know. They really kind of, it seems like they're beating on that Last Jedi style of humor. You know, where it got real kind of slapsticky.
Right.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like my jam. Either way, you got time. It's Ubisoft, so it's coming out August 30th, right?
Right, yep.
So, I mean, I'd say October for sure before this game is actually playable.
Nice. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely check it out on the streamers, and if it looks like something I truly want, then I'll get it. And who knows? Maybe they'll put out some gameplay stuff along the way that will grab me, but this trailer didn't do it.
Gotcha.
I mean, hell, this trailer was longer than some movie trailers. I think I might have seen most of it. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, all right. The Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch.
So yeah, my browsers and stuff still aren't working, Doug. Can you give me a episode number and title?
Oh, wow. Hold on. Catching me off guard here.
Dude, well, it's catching me off guard. I would have thought by like 30 minutes into the show, my browser would launch, but guess what?
Nice. Momentarily. Hold on.
Should have penciled and papered this.
Seriously? Not working? Okay. Episode 12. Juggernaut.
Episode 12, Juggernaut. All right.
There we are. Yeah.
So, I mean, I know we used this term before. We got a setup episode here.
Sure did. We sure did.
I mean, it was good though. And I gotta say, I was really coming in looking at this episode, expecting what you talked about last week with them they're just gonna be pissed at Crosshair.
Right.
They're gonna blame Crosshair. And I was actually floored that they didn't.
Yep. They touched on it momentarily and moved on, which I liked. It was good that it wasn't like the focus of the whole episode. You know, that was like, you knew about this the whole time? Like, yeah, I really didn't want to go back to Tannis anyway. But now since we got to go get Omega, we'll try this. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this though, from the perspective that they were at before, it was not dire to get to Tantis in the moment.
Right.
There was no rush. So maybe going to get Rampart. That's like, it's an R. It's an R. Going to get Rampart on a, he may have information. He's in an Imperial prison colony.
Right.
So this is quite the mission for he might have information when you don't have to get there right now.
Exactly.
Whereas right now, even Crosshair is like, look, this is a long shot.
Yep. But we got to get Omega. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's good character growth on Crosshair.
Yeah.
Like the old Crosshair would have been like, look, she had a plan. It sucked. Like,
right. I told her not to do it anyway.
I told her that there's too many variables, and you know, it's wind resistance. Come on now. Just one of the many variables.
Yes.
So, no, it's a cool character growth for him. Omega on Tantus now. Hemlock's just like doing a classic villain.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Like, here, well, let me show you.
Right. Yeah, what's all this about? Yeah. Let me show you. The whole low key, mild mannered Hemlock. It's like, I don't know, he's supposed to be creepy, I guess, but it's like he's almost just like I don't know. Irritating.
A little bit. They got him a little cliche here.
Exactly.
It's a little cliche, but it's not bad.
Right.
It's not cliche in like, wow, this is bad. Wow, just take all the classic villain tropes and just throw them all in one. It's not that bad.
Right.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, it's a little too much. Like,
now, I will say I really liked it when he was playing off against Tarkin an episode or two ago, right? Because Tarkin is very much the opposite, He plays it cool, but you can tell he's getting pissed at certain times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yep.
It works well playing off of each other when they were having that conversation about the money.
Right.
So, but
and I really like how they fit the Tarkin in there. Like, oh, well, maybe you need some help.
Right.
What assistance can I offer you?
Yeah.
In other words, I'm going to take over your program.
Yep. Just like I did with the Death Star. Yeah.
Yep. And you know what happened to that guy, right?
Right. Yep.
This thing he helped build? Yeah, I used it on him.
Yep.
I blew up a base on a planet.
Right.
Just to get rid of that guy.
That guy. Yep. But yeah, the granted, I can understand how this could be an emotional roller coaster for Omega and stuff, but I would have liked to have seen her have a little bit more resolve in being there back on Tanis than what she had. She's finding out some new things and first time seeing the vault and all that kind of stuff, seeing the kids, and she's finally learning a little bit. I think she's going to be starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together for herself. But, this was all her idea,
Right.
I'm going to surrender. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, you need to,
Well, maybe, I mentioned that crosser. Like, it's not my fault. Her plan sucks. Maybe she's sitting over there like, man, my plan sucked.
Right. Exactly. As far as she knows, there's a tracker on the ship, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. She doesn't know Crosshair missed. But I guess the other part of that is that when they eventually do get to Tanis, they got to get deeper into the complex, all the way into the vault in order to get her out now. Because she's going to be in the vault, apparently.
Right.
He said it's her new home. So that'll make for a more interesting escape. And speaking of escapes, when they do go to get Rampart, this episode had vibes of the opening of Rogue One to me. It was like, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I gotta say, as far as action and stuff like, man, it's been a while since we've had a good land vehicle episode, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally.
And it was a good episode for Fee, right?
Yep.
good episode for her. I really like the, come on, you guys know what the stealth,
Entry, yeah.
entry is?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say, for me, it's a little bit like, okay, with the whole, we're going in. How are we going to do that? You'll see. That sort of thing. It's like, you guys are trying to like make this plan work. Maybe you should let everyone in on the plan. This is how we're going to do it. So, that sort of thing.
Okay, I gotta ask this though. They do this a lot, right? Like, they're gonna see us. No, they won't.
Right.
And she shuts the engines off, shuts all the stuff off, and dives like just gravity, right?
Right.
Right by them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No one's looking out the fucking window.
I know. Exactly.
It's like
this is in Star Wars too, right? Where we on Earth, we can detect rocks that are heading towards us to some degree, So it's
right.
like, huh? Falling
and guess
rock,
what?
Falling ship. I don't know.
And guess what? Sometimes it's just because someone saw it.
Yes.
There's no sensors or anything like that. No, someone was looking through a tube.
Exactly.
He said, "Wow, I think that's a rock coming at us."
Right. Yeah, that was a little odd, but okay, it's kind of like it's almost like the old codes in Return of the Jedi, but they made it to the surface, so.
I mean, they could have at least used like the B1s and or B2s, right? And Revenge of the Sith, when R2 starts moving around, and while they were looking through the cruisers or the Jedi fighters,
Yeah.
it was like, what was that? That nothing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like a little ship to go scooting by.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't see the point of the viewport because I can't see it.
Exactly. So, when they do, we'll just put up in air quotes, rescue Rampart, weren't you thrilled to see him, like, actually blast some stormtroopers?
Wait. Oh, yeah, when they came in?
Yeah, into the Juggernaut, and
Yep.
they blasted away. Now, that was Wrecker and Crosshair, so, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, the ones out on the bridge, they stunned, but, I just thought it was, what do you call it? The stun batch or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's
Stun Wars.
Yeah, Stun Wars. There you go. Yeah, so like you actually got to see some stuff in this episode that was like just made you go ooh or an ouch. There was
Right.
that. You actually saw the smoking red hole in the stormtrooper armor when they blasted them.
Yep.
When the stormtroopers deployed onto the Juggernaut on top of it, and then Hunter shakes him off onto the side. The one dude gets crushed on the wall. That was pretty like, ouch. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I thought of there?
What's that?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I thought of The Last Crusade
Yep.
when they were
Tanks and
trying
stuff.
to get him off the side of the tank
Yep,
with
yep.
hitting him on the canyon wall.
Yep. Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean it was like I said, as far as setup episodes go, this was a good one. It was fun to watch. The action was good.
Yes.
I I've been wanting to see them in like real action for 2.5 seasons.
Right.
I shouldn't say 2.5 seasons. It was 2 seasons before this one. This season's been good.
Right.
Like, this season's been real good.
I mean, they came out gangbusters like in season 1, the first couple episodes.
Yeah. First couple episodes.
But I get what you're saying, and this was a good just adventure chase. Blah blah blah. All the movie tropes. Kind of things were here in this. Jumping from one vehicle to another, all that.
You have a show about Clone Force 99, which is basically special forces,
Yes.
right? They're deformed clones, defective clones.
Yep.
But they're defective in a way that heighten their abilities in individual ways.
Right.
And working together, they're a special forces unit. I want to see some special forces type of stuff.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's why we're tuning in. So, like you said, they came out that way. And then we got to, they're doing a pod race, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. Like, it's it's just not the stuff you expect them to be doing.
Yeah,
and I understand how it fits in the story. And like I said, when we watch all of these together now, when this is all over and you watch this series from start to finish, this is all going to make sense. And everything in the middle is going to become better because of what they've done on the bookends.
Yeah, totally.
So, as long as they don't just flop this ending. But
yeah,
I don't see that. Happening.
I don't think it'll happen like that either. But
we've already seen what happens when Dave Filoni's allowed to end something the way he wants it.
Yeah, exactly. It gets good. Yeah. What I am wondering about though is, they get Rampart off the planet, and they said, okay, now give us the location of Tanis. He's like, it's not that easy, but there is a way. And he's like, besides, we're all in this together. It's like, whoa, what is that supposed to mean? I understand you're now a prisoner of the Empire where you were once ambitious in the ranks, but
good news.
Legit join forces with our team here. What's the good news?
My browser opened.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, I know it totally derails it, but it like popped up, and I'm like, "Hey, look at that!"
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that Rampart thing? His comments there.
I mean, we're all in this together,
right?
I mean, maybe it's just him seeing their destinies kind of intertwined from the start. He lost his job and ended up there over them,
Right? Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So, I don't know. Like, I mean, because it's definitely not because of the crime. I mean,
right.
It's not like Clone Force 99 became more wanted because of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Which apparently they weren't that wanted because they left them on the planet.
Right. Yeah. That was weird at the beginning of this. Hunter sneaking around and watches all the dropships go back up to the cruiser. He's like, yep, they've left. But, the occupation's over except, the cruiser's still there. It's like,
because the Hemlock wanting Omega is a relatively new development in in the interest of like the Empire wanting to find Clone Force 99.
Yeah.
Like they were wanted. I mean, I don't understand why they don't want to confirm. Like, I guess they're taking out that Spec Ops guy's word for it.
Right.
Maybe they're considering Wrecker dead, and
Well, possibly, but the other side of it, and this just the simple fact that they, all the troops went back up to the cruiser. This is the sort of thing in Star Wars that people have complained about, but it's, to make the story, I don't know, I don't want to say it's better or it's legit or whatever, but there is that factor of the money, right? It costs money to occupy a city. Plain and simple. They brought money up into it with Tarkin. So it's like, it's a subtle way of saying these are not resources we need to expend on Clone Force 99 now.
okay, but
Especially since they have Omega in Tanis and nobody's supposed to know how to get there. So.
right, but let's also think of, okay, look at what they used to get them out, right? Which was that, Black Ops clone, right? This is a program that Crosshair was slated for.
Right.
Crosshair is one of those assets that's AWOL.
Sure.
They're just leaving him there.
Yeah.
It's not something you would think that they would give up on so fast.
I agree. But I also feel like, there's a certain level of, we have what we came for, and they're arrogant.
Well, I guess,
enough,
yeah. I mean,
arrogant
mission
enough-
parameters were Omega, and
Yeah.
they got Omega.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
Probably arrogant enough to think, this is the, a flaw in this battle station. I think not, That's that moment.
Whoa. That seems kind of like a big deal.
Right.
You put some plywood over it?
Right. Exactly. This exhaust port, what? Yeah.
Plywood? That would look terrible.
That's that. I get the same vibe off of leaving the Bad Batch there at, the same sort of attitude as Tarkin had with, they're being, evacuated.
In our moment of
In
triumph?
a moment of triumph, it's like that arrogance,
Yeah. Oh, I dig it. No.
But
Yeah, so I guess, we've come up on there's no complaints, right?
not really. I mean, this was a decent episode. It was good.
Yeah.
Nothing super spectacular, but it was good. Like, bringing in Rampart, though, I think, because, he was set up early on in the series, and, we all loved seeing him, get knocked down a few pegs, lots of pegs, to being a prisoner. But it was like, it's a good callback, and I'm going to be interested to see how he plays into this rescue mission now. And just what he means by we're all in this together is like, is he actually flipping? The only thing is I just hope that it's not just another cookie cutter, run of the mill kind of, what's his name? The guy that became Fulcrum, in Rebels. You know what I mean? That, okay, another guy from the Empire flips, but if it's done in a unique way, cool.
Oh, what was his name?
Oh, I forget.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sideburns, you know.
Yeah, mutton chops.
Right. Callus.
Callus.
So yeah,
Callus. Got the same kind of name.
right?
Rampart, Callus.
Yeah, I know.
So. Yeah. So yeah, good episode. Looking forward to next week, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
because just the story continues, and we've only got a few left, right?
Yeah, like 4 or something, right? 3, 4.
Yeah. So coming down to the wire.
Yeah.
I really, really hope we get a little more about this Project Necromancer and what they're doing.
Yeah.
They keep teasing like they're going to tell us more.
I think they might leave some of that up to our own imaginations, and I think we're all assuming it's got to do with keeping Palpatine alive, and later on down the road, and I think that's none too subtle there.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to hear a little more about what they're doing.
Sure.
And maybe that'll put a little bit of, at least a little bit to the speculation of how did he actually do it?
Right.
Why was it the way it was?
We chose this beat up old body. We call him Snoke because of these reasons. It's like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. Otherwise, why?
Well, Snoke was not actually like Palpatine in the body, though,
I
right?
know.
Snoke was his own entity, but controlled by Palpatine.
Right. But it's, I don't know.
But like, how did they get to Muppet Palpatine? Is what I want to know.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe this program just gets blowed up, and those followers and stuff, all they could piece together was the Muppet idea.
Okay.
Like, look, first thing we need is a backhoe.
A backhoe to hang him from. Yeah.
To hang him from.
Yeah.
Yep. So, okay, we got that.
Oh, they did
Now
have Snokes in jars too, though,
Yeah, I mean, you got to have backup Snokes.
Right.
Especially if he's going to fall for that stupid lightsaber trick.
Right. That's hilarious.
Like you hear him describing it, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, he
Turns the blade in his hand. Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Strikes down his true, and he's like, wait, you son of a bitch.
wait a minute. The blade's sitting right next to me.
It's like, hey, why is he thinking all this stuff, but his hand is just standing there?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just right there by his side. In his mind, it says he's pointing it. He's doing that with his hand.
Right.
What are you up to, sir? What? Arrogance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Less of a fight than the guard.
Exactly.
Which, hey, still gotta give that scene credit. That was a good fight.
Oh, sure.
That was a good fight.
It was.
Well, all right. If you have anything to add, you can always email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media, at The Wars and More on X, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. You can find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I think we've about covered it.
All right. We will talk next week.